What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Dakota. Today is Monday, May 20th, 2024, and this is how we traded SPY today, folks. But before we do that, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content. Also, please leave us a comment. We greatly appreciate those. And don't forget to share, because remember, folks, sharing is caring. So let's get to that chart. Remember, folks, we're going to look at the pre-market high, 530.44. We're going to look at pre-market low, 529.49. So right out of the gate, you're thinking, folks, we've got, what do we have, less than $1? We have less than $1 in pre-market. And, you know, the last week and a half has been historically really just super bad. Both volatility, you know, we had a couple of spikes in there, CPI, bad volatility and horrible volume. Folks, the volume has just been absolutely horrendous. Now, as a caveat, I had a meeting this morning to attend to. So I wasn't here at open, and, you know, normally that's not really a big deal, but, you know, we're going to see if maybe this morning it was. Now, remember, folks, what we like to do is we like to take our plays directly out of major zones. So pre-market high, pre-market low, 30-minute zones, or the POC. Those things right there, if we can take our crosses directly above a demand zone, directly below a supply zone, a 30-minute demand or supply zone, or directly above the POC on crosses. So you get a cross to the upside through a demand zone or through POC, or a cross to the downside through a supply zone or through POC. Those are the trades that when we get a setup like that, they don't always work. But folks, the vast majority of the time, when you get a setup like that, it works. And again, we can use the pre-market low for that same type of thing. So let's see how she worked today, folks. Look at this. I mean, would you look at this? First candle out of the gate, folks. So we're looking for high volume. We're looking for 600, 700, 800,000, something like that. We did not have that. We had 314,000, which by SPY standards is really kind of low. So look at this. We took out pre-market low immediately. I mean, we made pre-market low right at as we were getting ready to go into open. So, you know, it was pretty easy to take out pre-market low. We had this nice tail. I call tails to the downside and heads to the upside. That's what I just call them, folks. Or tails and wicks, not heads. What am I talking about? Tails to the downside, wicks on the upside. Anyway, it would have been. So let's talk about the plays that could have been off this initially, okay? So the first candle closed. First candle closed directly above that pre-market low. You could have taken a play there. Now, again, that is directly right at that 9. So again, you have a little bit of resistance right there at that 9, followed by that second candle. So that second candle, you had a double cross to the upside. So you took out pre-market low, and then you had a double cross to the upside. Those two candles are really good entries. Now the third candle out of the gate, folks, what you had a close directly above VWAP. So you had three really good plays back to the upside. The first candle being aggressive, the second candle being that double cross that we talk about, that third candle being that close above the VWAP. So any three of those candles would have been really good plays. Obviously, the first candle, and we have the ability to look backwards, folks. We can see how this thing played out, and we can look backwards and say, well, we would have taken this or we would have taken that. Well, the bottom line is, did you take it? Yes or no? It's binary. If your edge is there, again, right out of that pre-market low, put on that trade. What's your risk? Okay, well, you got 70 to 59. You have 11 cents worth of risk. If it turns around on you and goes bad, that's nothing. Folks, in the big scheme of things, 11 cents. I don't care how many contracts you have, 11 cents is nothing. Again, predefine that risk before you ever enter into the play. And again, folks, I had a meeting this morning, so I missed this, but hey, what a grand and glorious play. Now, it started just kind of bouncing around here for a few minutes. You know, a lot of folks probably would have taken it off at this pivot point right here. I don't know where I would have taken it off. I would like to say that I would have ridden it to the very top. You know, you get this push and a few candles up here. Then you get this strong close below the 9. I wasn't in the play, so I can't definitively say. I have good entries all the time. I have good exits, but sometimes I take exits that I shouldn't take. You know, they go against my plan. And when that happens, you know, I kind of don't necessarily beat myself up, but I definitely take notice of it. So again, that's that really, really nice play to the upside. Now after this, look what happened. I mean, we had another cross to the upside here. So we had a cross here, second cross, another cross here, another. Look at all this. It wasn't really going really, really fast. You kind of figured it at some point. We didn't have to move back to the downside, but we kind of thought that we would. Now I was going to lunch right around in here, folks, because I hadn't eaten since yesterday, and I missed this play to the downside. Missed this. I missed all of these plays to the downside, folks, until we got into here. We're late in the day at this point, folks. We are literally about 2 minutes before close, 2 hours before close. And again, look at these beautiful plays to the downside. I mean, just absolutely beautiful crosses to the downside. You're in one of these plays right here, folks, and this is where you get into this play. And again, you're way below the 9. You got that breach. You got this breach and that close below VWAP, and you're thinking, yeah, it's going to turn just like it did kind of over here. But yeah, just whatever your plan is, folks, just play your plan. Be consistent with your plan. Again, I missed this in here, but I said to myself, I said self. And again, I knew it was me because I recognized my voice. I said, if we get this set up again, let's see if we can take it back to the downside. Again, we got this set up right in here, and we'll get this cross to the downside right in here as it was happening. Now, I was in this play for 2 or 3 minutes, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever it was through here. And guess what? Kind of turned on me a little bit, and I'm thinking, man, I missed this beautiful play to the downside, and now I'm going to take this loss. Now, again, folks, we don't care if we take a single loss or 2 losses, whatever it is. We're not relying on a single trade or a trade-by-trade basis to make it as traders, but rather a series of trades over time. So this is over time, folks. So I feel like I got really, really fortunate in this play right in here. Let's see if we can pull up volume profile right now to kind of see where it is. Okay, so there's volume profile right in here, folks. Again, these are things that we're looking at. We're looking at these thin volume areas where if we can hit one of these thin volume areas, and I was saying, okay, if we get below essentially 530, you can see that level over here, this really, really thin volume. If we can get below that level, we've got the potential to running down, and it did. We got this candle right here that so we got 0 through, I mean, this is an 83-cent candle, folks. This is one of those candles that as traders, we get beat up all the time. I mean, we take these losses, these small little paper cuts all the time, that when we get into one of these trades like this and we get a nice candle, 83-cent candle, dollar candle, $1.50 candle, take it off the table, sit back, and then just relax for a little bit, folks. Because that's exactly what this play was here. Again, we rode this through a little bit of garbage, not bad, using this 20 as this stop. And again, it took this play to the downside. At that point, this was a really good play, folks. This was a really good play. Because again, later in the day, you get contracts that are less expensive. So this was a really, really nice play to the downside. So I said after that, I really don't care what price action does at this point. I'm going to call it a day. Only because I missed the open. When I missed the open, and this is weird. I know what it did. I can look at the chart and see what it did. But if I miss open, I don't have as good a feel throughout the rest of the day as I do if I am available for open, which I am most of the days. But anyway, cross to the downside, and we were in this area right in here. So this 529.79. Pay attention to this 529.79. Because we got up, we had this double cross to the upside, then it ran, almost got up to this pre-market high again, got actually right up to it. And then we rejected and we came right back down to this area. Now, if you look at volume profile right in here at this 80, so 529.80-ish right in here, had a big volume node. And I don't know if you can see that very closely right in here. It's where the price action is right now. Had that volume node that, you can take this, essentially you take this fishtail play back to the downside, run it back down to 90, punch out. When you get that play, you could have held it a little bit longer to see if we could punch through it again. But again, you can watch this volume profile and see where your heavy volume nodes are and use those as strong levels of support or resistance. But again, move to the upside, move to the downside, and again, really, really nice price action after. Not the best price action in here, so it was really nice. Then it turns out, not so great. And maybe I was biased because I missed a couple of these plays in here. But I think overall the price action was really, really nice today on another historically low volume day. I don't know what's going on, folks. We got NVIDIA earnings in 2 days. I seriously, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the fact that, oh, by the way, we hit an all-time high today, another all-time high. Maybe it's the fact that we are hitting all-time highs. For what reason? I'm trying to find a reason. We realize that Wall Street and Main Street are not the same thing. We know that. We know that. But still, it's hard to wrap our mind around it. We don't want to have a bias that, well, the economy, we realize that the economy is not as strong as it should be, or they say it is. It's not. But we just have a hard time pushing higher. We just have this bias that says, everything's got to move down. It doesn't, folks. Watch these candlesticks. That's all we're trying to do, folks. We're trying to react to what the market is giving us. We're reacting and trying to be proactive about it at the same time, if you can wrap your arms around that or your mind around that. But that's how she played out today. Now, again, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe and leave us a comment. We would greatly appreciate that, and share with your friends. If you are interested in the live trading experience, so folks, every single day we talk about every single one of these moves, every single one. We talk about the reasons for getting in, the reasons for staying in, the reasons for staying out. We talk about all of those things all day long. So folks, head on over to our live trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. So please, please, please check that out. We're going to give you that first week for free. If it works for you, wonderful. If it doesn't, hey, we understand that. It's not for everybody. We get that. But check it out. First week for free. Now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. All of the information is there, folks. It's all there. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a strategy that, quite frankly, isn't worth it. It's just not worth it, folks. But head on over to 920 Trading. 920trading.com. You're going to get it at no cost to you other than just a little bit of your time. So that's how we did it today, folks. That's how she played out. I think overall it was a good day. A really, really nice run, followed by not so great price action, followed by really, really nice price action later in the day. So that's how we did it. But I just want to thank you all for spending a little bit of your precious time with us today. We really appreciate you. We're going to do it again tomorrow, folks. So until then, we will see you in the markets.